Ladies and gentlemen, today we're taking a trip back to 1957, when trucks were built like iron giants and camping meant you actually had to light your own fire instead of pressing a power button. Meet the 1957 Chevrolet 3100 pickup, a true classic from the golden era of American steel. Now wearing a vintage camper that looks like it rolled straight out of a Norman Rockwell painting. Before we dive into chrome nostalgia, hit that subscribe button, because if you love rare rigs, shiny paint, and stories about machines older than your boss, you're in the right place. Now, this Chevy 3100 is part of the legendary Task Force generation, 1955 to 1959. And I believe it's one of the best-looking pickups ever made. Finished in Periwinkle Blue, with a white roof, it's got more charm than my neighbor Larry trying to barbecue in a windstorm. Underneath the hood sits a 235 cubic inch, 3.9-liter, inline-six engine, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. Sure, it won't win any drag races, but it'll take you to the fishing lake with all the dignity of a man who remembers when gas was 29 cents a gallon. I think what I like the most about this rig is how seamlessly the camper fits on the back. It's color-matched to perfection, right down to the powder-coated 15-inch, 38 centimeters steel wheels wearing Champiro 75 GT radial tires, size 215/75. There's even a spare mounted on the left side of the bed, just in case your adventure gets a little too adventurous. And for those wondering, yes, it still uses 4-wheel drum brakes, which means you'll have time to reconsider all your life choices while slowing down on a hill. Step inside, and you'll find a cabin trimmed in light blue cloth and gray vinyl. The bench seat is wide enough to fit you, your best friend, and your dog, as long as no one skips leg day. The dash is pure 1950s simplicity, a 100-mile-per-hour speedometer, an ammeter, and gauges for coolant, oil pressure, and fuel level. I think that's all you really need when your truck doesn't even have cup holders. The odometer shows just 45,000 miles, though the seller admits the real number's a mystery. Kind of like Larry's claimed bowling score from last weekend. The camper section is a time capsule of mid-century glamping, woodgrain paneling, overhead lights, a ceiling vent, 2 110-volt outlets, and enough space to imagine you're in a roadside motel without the smell of stale cigarettes. The bed is carpeted, so you won't feel those old suspension springs in your back after a long night. And if you're wondering about modern features, well, the heater and AM radio still work, so technically, you've got climate control and entertainment. Power goes to the rear wheels only, but that's part of the charm. You drive this Chevy not because it's fast or efficient, but because it feels alive. Like every rattle and vibration is whispering, "They don't make 'em like me anymore." This beautiful machine was bid up to $15,555 in April 2024, which is roughly 14,700 euros at today's rate. And honestly, I think that's a steal for something this unique. You're getting both a piece of American history and a portable memory maker for less than the price of a new economy car. So, if you love real craftsmanship, blue steel beauty, and the smell of old gasoline in the morning, this 1957 Chevy 3100 camper is the kind of rig that deserves a salute.